actor David Boreanaz on his new movie, and these sex columnists on what makes people give in to temptation. Coming up next on Philly After Midnight.
Make a blanket generalization in response.
Gyrocam on.
Turn on the lights. Come in a little closer. Because you gotta see this.
Chopper 6 is airborne.
Chopper 6, now with the new Gyrocam. The most powerful Gyrocam in the country. So powerful it sees in the dark from miles away.
We are sending you pictures.
And brings you closer to the action than ever before. Always the first. Always the best. The new Chopper 6 Gyrocam. Only on Action News.
I've discovered a natural way to lose weight and feel great. Drug-free Dexatrim Natural. Its unique formula works to curb your appetite, while its dual-action metabolizer helps you burn fat and gives you added energy. Dexatrim Natural. Lose weight, feel great.
I finally have the freedom to do what I want. So I'm not going to let arthritis slow me down. I use Icy Hot. It goes on icy to dull the pain, and then gets hot to relax it away. Icy Hot. Because when I'm pain-free, I'm free to be me.
The Harlem Globetrotters are coming to the Delaware Valley for 3 magical dates. Catch the Magicians of the Hardcourt on Saturday, March 17th at the Sovereign Bank Arena in Trenton at 7 p.m. Or the First Union Center on Sunday, March 18th at 1 and 5 p.m. And finally at the Bob Carpenter Center at the University of Delaware on Monday, March 19th at 7 p.m. Tickets are available at the box office and all Ticketmaster outlets, or call 215-336-2000.
This winter, say bonjour Quebec and tune into 6ABC to discover Quebec's winter wonderland. Enter to win a Quebec City ski vacation for 2 from Air Canada's Canada. You'll stay at the Fairmont Chateau Frontenac, ski at Mont Saint Anne, one of Quebec's premier ski resorts for 4 days and 3 nights. Enter online at WPVI.com or send a postcard to Quebec City Ski Vacation. For great ski vacation packages to Canada, call 800-254-1000. This winter, say bonjour Quebec.
Top of the World, 11:35 Saturday.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. You know, there's a new TV program that begs the question of, can couples who have been together for a long period of time still be tempted into cheating on one another? Why is it that men cheat on women and women cheat on men? We're going to get into that all throughout the program this evening. But first up, it's time for the Midnight Buzz, special Midnight Buzz tonight. Karen Rogers.
Very special, Wally. You know, I talked to David Boreanaz, who you know he's a teen idol. He has his own TV show called Angel, and he just happens to be the son of our very own Dave Roberts. And David has a new movie coming out. It's a horror thriller called Valentine, and it's open tonight, so you got to check that out. I talked to him earlier, and even though he is this huge star, he is so down to earth and sweet. He knows that I'm pregnant, and he was fussing over me when I first sat down. He started off the interview by trying to make sure I was comfortable.
Very important. You got a Torian in there. That's make sure she's all right. Okay?
I'm just fine.
You sure you're all right? Okay.
Anytime.
Do you need anything? Some water? I mean, something? Put your feet up. You okay?
You're just as sweet as your father. He's always saying the same
Make sure you're comfortable.
I'm
That's all that
very
matters.
comfortable, thank you.
Okay, good.
And how are you?
I'm good because you're comfortable. It's all good. It's fine. It's generally an interesting experience going on right now in my life. It's pretty much of a whirlwind. I mean, you travel from Los Angeles to New York, and you know you do these interviews and remaining kind of in the moment with everybody's. It's been very interesting. But I got a chance to see my father yesterday. He came up from Philadelphia and we watched the Super Bowl together. So it's great when Dad can come up and you can hang out with him. And I owe him $1 because I lost the bet.
Oh no!
Every year we have this $1 bet, and I picked the Giants and he picked the Ravens, and I forgot to give him the $1 yesterday. So I owe you $1. That's coming. Don't worry about it.
I'll pass it along.
Pass it along, yeah. But things are going good, yeah.
I'd say so. I mean, congratulations.
Thank
your
you.
first starring role in a
Thank
feature
you.
film. You must be thrilled.
I am thrilled. You know, Warner Brothers was very kind, and so was Fox, in order to work it out with the television show and get this done. So it was great to work with Jamie, the director, and Marley Shelton, and Jessica Capshaw, and Denise, and Catherine. It was just a great experience overall.
So where's my gift?
about myself.
Very cute. I got you something too.
Oh, you got my suit clean.
Turn around.
I owe you TLC. It's outstanding. Love that.
Can't get that at the mall.
How do you feel now that it's just about to come out? Are you a little nervous about it?
Of course, I'm nervous. Geez, exciting. It's you put your work out there and then you're finished with it. You know, we did this 6-7 months ago, and for me, I've always not been one to watch things that I do, and it's like because you've done it. It's like a reunion. I'm not really one for reunions, and but it's exciting and it's great because my parents get a chance to see this. And you know, out of all the things that is the best of all this is my mom and dad can witness this and watch it.
Where's my gift?
That's what I can give back to them is what they produced, you know.
Well, we know they'll be so excited when they see it, but will you be a little critical when you're sitting in there watching it on the big screen?
I'm very critical of everything, so of course I'll be critical in a creative way, and I'll learn from it. So yeah.
Do your parents ever say anything other than great job, or does Dad ever give you advice?
Well, you know, my father's always given me advice, and he's my friend, so we can talk about anything, you know. My mom is my mom, you know, so she's gonna give me, you know, all good stuff, reviews, you know. She'll think that's the best. But you know, it'll be funny to see her reaction because it is a horror film and it's pretty brutal. And she's always like, well, why do you have to play these characters that are, you know, dark and mysterious? Can you play like a good character for once? And I said, Mom, don't worry, that'll happen someday. Just having fun right now with these characters.
Well, I was wondering too, because you seem too sweet to have a dark side yourself, but all of your characters do.
They do, yeah.
So is there a little hidden dark side we don't know about with David Boreanaz?
Possibly, yeah. I know he's just, you keep him in there. He only comes out on Sundays. No. I'm the only good Italian meals is he sits down, has a nice meal, and he goes back in. It's all good.
How you develop your characters. Tell me a little bit about Adam and if you use your own gestures and mannerisms or those of someone else we might know.
Well, you take a character that's a fictitious character and you bring him to life in a way that as best as you can, you breathe life into him. So the homework that's done is done before time and before that's part of the process and something I really enjoyed in making a film. Whereas with television, you've got to be pretty quick with it. And I was able to kind of expand and really work on it. So I did a lot of homework with him, and I dug deep for finding some stuff with him. So it took a while to get there, make him come alive.
Do you think we'll ever see some of your dad's gestures or mannerisms in some of your characters?
Possibly, man. You never know. You know what? There's a lot of it I have that I'm sure he'll laugh at when he sees it on the big screen. He'll say, now I know where I come from. Yeah.
Well, you know, everybody in Philadelphia knows your dad, and we all know how proud he is of you.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if your Philadelphia fans are different from your other fans in any way.
They are. Well, they're more close to me because of the fact that Philadelphia's been so good to us. Not only to when we first moved to Philadelphia, how warm and accepting they were to my mom and to my dad and understanding. And so there's a place in my heart that's very special for people from Philadelphia. Plus the cheesesteaks and, you know, the Flyers and, you know, the Eagles and the Sixers. They're going to win this year. And, you know, they're just great. They're great fans. They're great people, and it was a great place to grow up, and so a lot of love to Philadelphia.
Did you hear what he said? We have a special place in his heart. How about that? He's going to be an even bigger star now that his movie Valentine opens tonight. And Wally, I think he gets his charm from his dad, don't you?
Dave Roberts is a pretty charming guy.
Absolutely.
You know what? We should do a shameless plug here for the auto show since you and I are going to be working again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here on 6 ABC.
That's right. Look forward to it.
Okay, thanks, Karen. Stay with us. We look forward to being with you in about a minute or two because we're going to talk about cheating and how some people do it, some people don't. What's the difference? What makes them cheat? What makes them not cheat? Stay with us. Don't go away.
It's so You'll love new and improved Ziploc Easy Zipper.
It's so easy to fall in love. It seems so easy. It's so easy. So doggone easy.
With regular bags, you pinch and seal and hope it's closed. But now you can easy zipper it and know it's closed.
Oh, so doggone easy.
New and improved Ziploc Easy Zipper. Easy open, easy close. Easy Zipper. S.C. Johnson & Family Company.
An art clearance sale like you've never seen before. This Sunday, Collector's Art will sell out gallery quality oil paintings like this classic floral full of rich color, renditions of old masters, all at a fraction of their retail value, plus over 2,000 paintings priced at $59 or less. Imagine only $59. This Sunday only, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in King of Prussia at the Hilton Valley Forge, in Cherry Hill at the Hilton, in Philadelphia at the Adams Mark Hotel, in Langhorne at the Sheraton Bucks County, in Claymont at the Wilmington Holiday Inn Select, and in Allentown at the Days Inn.
So you think it's easy making it to the hot seat? Click on abc.com and play the new Millionaire Fastest Finger game. Then challenge your family and friends to beat your time. Yeah! Or test your skills with the interactive online game. Do you have what it takes to make it to the $1 million question? Or play along with the real millionaire contestants with the Hot Seat Draw 3 game. If your player gets in the hot seat and does well, you might win real prizes.
You got it!
More fun, more ways, online all day. Just click on abc.com, keyword millionaire.
Want to take a hot ride to a really cool place? Make it Baltimore. Log on to WPVI.com for your chance to win a Baltimore weekend getaway for 4. Or visit the 6ABC Studio Store at the King of Prussia Mall to enter, and you and 3 guests could be on your way. Winners will stay 2 nights at the beautiful Renaissance Harbor Place Hotel right on the awesome Inner Harbor, with great dining and VIP passes to over 30 cool attractions like the Baltimore Zoo, Port Discovery, and much more. Don't miss your chance to win a Baltimore weekend getaway.
Welcome back to the program. There's a program called Temptation Island on another network that's gotten a lot of controversy because the premise is that anybody, if they're put into the right circumstances, might be tempted to cheat and might give into that temptation. Men and women. Oh, really? Are there some people who will and some who won't, and what makes the difference? We have 2 people who ought to know. They are experts in the subject of covering men-women relationships. They are Susanna Breslin, who is a sex reporter who has written and also done television work, covering for the Playboy Channel, among others, the subject of sexuality. Taylor Marsh is also a sex and relationship columnist and the author of My Year in Smut. This is a woman who did a lot of time working behind the scenes in an online, shall we say, adult service. Welcome to both of you. Nice to have you.
Thanks, Wally.
Thanks, Wally.
Okay. Let's talk about this TV show. Do you think that the premise is an accurate one, that at some point or another, anybody who's in a monogamous relationship, because of the weakness in the relationship, can be tempted to cheat?
I don't even think it takes weakness. I don't know what you feel about it, but I don't even think it has to be weakness. I think it can be the roller coaster syndrome in a relationship, where if you're in a relationship for a while, Wally, all of a sudden, you know, you get into a conversation and you start talking about things that you haven't experienced together, and then that opens the door in your mind, and then you start looking.
Susanna, what do you think? Are there certain people, either for religious reasons or for just their own personal scruples, who will just never ever cheat?
Who are those people? I know.
And why haven't you run into them? Well, you're in Los Angeles. What do you expect, for God's sake? There are about 5 of them in the entire California area.
I think everyone's tempted. Everyone has a desire to cheat. The difference is, you know, do you actualize that? Do you cross the line and let it happen? As a reformed slut, okay?
You are a reformed slut?
Oh, I like it when you say it better, Wally. What I do is, like, I'm an alcoholic. I don't go to the bar. I don't look. I work with blinders on. You know, it's like if you end up cheating, you wanted to go, you set yourself down that road. But everyone has the desire.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's even further than cheating, maybe. I think there's a lot of couples out there that are really, you know, curious about menage a trois, about swinging. Right. And I think when you start looking, you have a guy and a gal, and you start looking, and you know, you start expressing exactly what each person would look for in a couple to join them. I think that is also something that our society doesn't even take into consideration consideration.
Do you think it's being overly stereotypical to say that the one that's more likely to cheat is usually the guy?
No.
Not anymore. I'm with her.
The thing is, there's a really diverse range of reasons why people cheat, and I think it may not be so much that men cheat more, but that they cheat for different reasons that women do. Women, I think, are often tempted for emotional reasons. They feel some kind of emotional debt in a relationship that they feel going outside of it will fulfill. Men, I think, because they're going back to the word slutty again, they're sort of bigger mental sluts. They're easily visually stimulated. That I think they get sort of more aroused or sort of more accidentally teased more often.
But you know what? Somebody said, as a matter of fact, I think it was one of the guys that works here who shall remain nameless for quite some time to come. But no, we were talking about Jesse Jackson, and somebody said, you know, I wish my wife would understand what it's like to walk around with testosterone coursing through your veins just for 1 week.
Well, and I think if you're a man and you couple that testosterone with money and with fame, you got to beat him off with a stick. I mean, that's a man. Any man who's in the public eye is getting tempted by women constantly because women are turned on by that.
Yeah, but we've also got to understand that it wasn't until recently that women even could fantasize about cheating. We weren't even allowed to think that. We were supposed to be in this certain role. We were always supposed to be straight, and it was always expected that the husband would cheat. So obviously they had tacit, permission from society to do it. Now women are also they're working, they're traveling more, they're spending more nights away, and that's also livening that up.
But Taylor, would you knowingly get into a sexual relationship with a guy who was either married or in a supposed committed relationship? I mean, that's asking for trouble for you, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what I want out of it.
If
you're looking for a fling, if you're going away and you're going to be on a business trip, let's say for 4 days, and you know exactly what you want, and you don't romanticize that it's going to be some long-term, long-distance relationship, a lot of women will take the plunge. If nobody's going to know, that's the whole temptation. If nobody's going to know and you're not going to tell and there's no risks and you just get to do this fling and act out,
This is why you don't do it on network TV, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hello.
That's right.
Yeah. But Suzanne, I'd ask you the same question. I mean, would you involve yourself in a relationship with a guy that you knew to either be married or involved in a monogamous relationship or seemingly monogamous relationship?
Sure, I've done that in the past, in my youth.
And what?
Yesterday.
And what was the result of it?
I mean, the women who do, I think that's actually a convenient way that a lot of women stray from their own relationships, is to find a man who's in a relationship himself. And I think, like you were saying, it's not so much okay for women to be sexually tempted. And in a way, that's for a woman to go out with a guy who's in a relationship is to put those kind of boundaries on it. You're really defining it as, look, I just want to get something sexual out of this this liaison, and that's a way to get that.
It is what it is, and nothing more.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Should you ever tell? Should you tell? If you don't get caught, should you ever tell? Stay with us as Philly After Midnight continues.
The adorable Curly Top, the indomitable Heidi, and the wonderfully precocious Baby Take a Bow. 3 Shirley Temple classic family films now available in this special edition Shirley Temple video collection.
Oh my goodness.
These are the original motion pictures, brilliantly restored for today's audience. 3 tales of timeless family values that will forever put a smile on your face, tears in your eyes, and a glow in your heart.
And it's awfully nice, too.
This charming Shirley Temple video collection, including all 3 priceless motion pictures, is yours to treasure for only $29.98. Generation after generation have taken this delightful curly-haired kid into their hearts.
I'm not a kid, I'm a girl, and today is my birthday.
Now, for a limited time, Hollywood's biggest little star is back for an encore.
And the most crackers in my soup, monkeys and rabbits loop the loop.
Bring these heartwarming adventures into your home to share with a whole new generation of children. Millions of videos have already been sold, and once they're gone, these treasured films will not be offered on video again. Experience the magic of Shirley Temple. Call now.
Promise?
Have your credit card ready and call the number on your screen now to order this special edition Shirley Temple video collection for only $29.98 plus shipping and handling. Or send a check or money order to the address shown. Call now.
The Sistine ceiling is the essence of beauty. I'm into beauty, even when it comes to myself. That's why I tried Dove deodorant.
Dove combines strong protection with 1/4 moisturizer. It's the antiperspirant that really gets skin.
It's skin too. It deserves equal treatment.
At the first signs of diarrhea, give her Pedialyte instead of sodas and sports drinks, which contain so much sugar they can make diarrhea worse. Pedialyte helps prevent the risk of dehydration, which is the sweetest thing you can do. Pedialyte.
Susanna Breslin, Taylor Marsh talking about cheating, and they are both sex reporters. Now, let me get back to the subject of if you get away with it, if you don't get caught, should you ever tell? In a moment of conscience, in a moment of gee whiz, we really need to clear the air, should you ever tell your husband, your wife, your lover, whomever, I did it?
I say yes. There are times when you got it. There are times when that is going to come up, and you're going to feel like revealing something, and you just have to be prepared for the consequences. If your relationship is really going downhill and things are getting really bad and there's no communication whatsoever, sometimes you really have nothing to lose, and sometimes by breaking the ice on something like that, it will actually, I think, help the two people get back to some form of communication, because even a fight is better than no communication at all.
Susanna, my presumption is that the rolling of your eyes indicated that you...
I didn't roll my eyes.
I knew she was doing that. I knew you were. I knew you were.
No, I had a very fair and diplomatic answer, which is it's hard. You can't make a blanket generalization in response to the question that you asked. What I don't think people should do is the person who cheats should not confess simply to get it off their chest or absolve their own guilt. I mean, I think there may be situations, it's a one-night stand, it was early on in your relationship. There's no need 5 years down the line to let your wife, once you've married her, know that. Something like that can go by. You've impregnated the woman down the block. You probably should let somebody know.
Yeah, there's a tip-off before the woman down the block comes down and tells your wife.
Yeah,
but you know what's interesting?
As
many times as I've heard people talk about this, there seems to be a very different response on the part of men and women. Women usually say, if a guy says, I cheated on you, I was sexually involved with another woman, the first thing the woman usually says is, do you love her? The first thing the guy usually wants to know is something about the guy's sexual technique. The idea if he had my property.
Wally, I got to tell you, in my experience, guys don't take revelations like that well at all. They may at some point, but when a guy hears that his woman has, had sex with another man, they usually freak. Their egos just can't take it. There's very, very seldom will the man forgive. I don't know what you think.
Why is that, Taylor? Why is that? You think it's the inference that the guy was not pleasing his woman, so therefore she strayed and pulled it for a guy who could?
I think it's a real macho thing that's inherent in men, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it happens very often with men, so to be cuckolded is just a travesty. Mm-hmm. But I think it's an ego thing. I don't think it has to do with the heart of the mind. I think it's strictly ego.
Now, Susanna, knowing what you know now, having lived a very full life and covering this stuff for a living, if you walk down that aisle, can you honestly say that you can affair-proof a marriage?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll never cheat.
I don't believe her.
I just wanted to
You are
try
so full of it. You are so way full of it.
Oh. I don't think anybody who goes down the aisle can guarantee it. I don't think you can guarantee it. I think you really.
I'm a child of divorce. I have a hard time trusting.
Oh my God! I think the only way you can guarantee it is if you're really religious, and even that, as we've seen in the press, isn't
I think women are also actually much more forgiving, I think, in relation to what you were saying. And men have a harder time getting over it.
I don't think men get over it. I really don't. I think...
Which probably means I should marry a woman.
That's a whole nother show, right, Wally?
You know what? I was just going to say that. We're conveniently running out of time. And that is a whole nother show. Susanna Breslin, who is a sex reporter for Playboy TV and for a number of different publications, and also Taylor Marsh, who is the author of My Year in Smut, who's also got a website conveniently located at www.whatdoyouwantla.com. Boy, and that's a third show. What does LA want? Thank you both. Nice to talk to both of you.
Thank you.
And the subject of really bizarre love relationships, 12% of Americans are going to send a Valentine, and you won't believe where they're going to send it. We'll tell you in a moment on our Sleep on This.
It's that driving force again. The Philadelphia International Auto Show. Drive into the largest display of vehicles under one roof. Over 700 new models, including concept vehicles, exotic cars, and vintage automobiles. It's better than window shopping. It's better than the internet. It's the show where you can explore every aspect about the cars inside and out. Plus special celebrity appearances throughout the show. That's the Philadelphia International Auto Show at the Pennsylvania Convention Center for 9 days only, February 3rd through the 11th. $1 for every ticket is donated to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Yesterday, if you went to your typical home improvement store to get laminate flooring, you'd also get glue. Gobs of glue. Today, with Lowe's selection of Armstrong Swiftlock, laminate flooring is a snap. Literally, each board simply locks together. No muss, no fuss, no glue, and all at guaranteed low prices. Could we make this any easier? Armstrong Swiftlock flooring, only at Lowe's, improving home improvement.
I'm sure many of you have seen a doctor concerning treatment of erectile dysfunction and were not satisfied with the result. Most doctors are extremely limited with the options they can offer. At Alpha Medical Center, we specialize in treating impotence. Our board-certified doctors use the newest, FDA-approved medicines to restore you without surgery. Don't suffer in silence when you can call Alpha Medical Center and be yourself again. 800-572-3330.
Harsh winter weather is murder on my hands, so I use moisturizer. And when my skin's so dry it cracks and bleeds, I use more moisturizer. I use Neosporin. Yeah, but that's for cuts. What do you think those little cracks in your hands are?
Neosporin helps heal cuts 4 days faster than a bandage alone and kills the bacteria that can cause infection.
I know it's in here somewhere. Keep looking.
Help heal winter cuts. Help prevent infection with Neosporin. Every cut, every time.
Now, don't forget, Karen and I are going to be broadcasting live from the Auto Show, Philly on Wheels 2001, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on 6ABC. And to prepare you for that, I thought I'd read this story to you. True story. From Progressive Insurance, a poll of automobile consumers. 27% say they love their car more than their in-laws. 53% of Americans actually have a picture of their car. 32% of Americans say that they give their car a nickname. And here's my personal favorite, and the one I want you to sleep on. Think about this. 12% of car owners admit that they plan to send their car a Valentine's Day card. True story. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7, Philly on Wheels 2001. Good night, everybody.
Years, 7,485 performances. Broadway's longest running show is closing its curtains for the last time. But now, you can let the memories live on. This is your chance to experience this feline phenomenon forever when you own the Cats Commemorative Edition 2-volume home video set, also available on DVD.
Yeah.
Cats is the most popular musical of all time, winner of 6 Tony Awards. This sensational smash hit will never be seen on Broadway again. This is your only chance to experience it time and time again.
None of us knew what we had, except that we all thought that we had something very extraordinary.
Call now and Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats Commemorative Edition video will be delivered directly to your door. Plus, call right now and you'll also receive The Making of Cats, a fascinating look behind the scenes featuring Andrew Lloyd Webber. You'll receive both the Cats Commemorative Edition video plus The Making of Cats, all for the low collectible price of just $19.98.
Plus, act now and we'll include absolutely free these 3 limited edition collectible character cards signed by legendary theater designer John Napier. This offer is only available while supplies last, and it makes a perfect gift for any occasion. Cats will never be seen on Broadway again. Act now so the memories can live on forever.
An art clearance sale like you've never seen before. This Sunday, Collector's Art will sell out gallery-quality oil paintings like this classic floral full of rich color, renditions of old masters, all at a fraction of their retail value, plus over 2,000 paintings priced at $59 or less. Imagine only $59. This Sunday only, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in King of Prussia at the Hilton Valley Forge, in Cherry Hill at the Hilton, in Philadelphia at the Adams Mark Hotel, in Langhorne at the Sheraton Bucks County, in Claymont at the Wilmington Holiday Inn Select, and in Allentown